So the cornhole virus, cornhole because everybody's got to keep their cornhole clean, and that's why all the toilet paper's gone, is creating a situation where your and my government, or the people that want to govern over us, are going to increase the debt by over 10%. We got $24 trillion in debt. They're going to make a $2.4 trillion spending bill. And that bill is coming from taxes that future generations will never be able to pay. And they're going to hand every man, woman, and child a bunch of money, or a little bit of peanuts of money. The Fed is going to get together with the United States Treasury and form an alliance and buy corporate bonds and pretty much turn this whole country into a fascist dictator state full of kleptocrats and technocrats that are unelected that determine the fate of you and yours. All because of a fucking invisible killer that's killing nowhere near as many people as people driving on the road, people drinking too many sodas, killing nowhere near as many people as the regular flu even, and just feeding, bullshit science, shoving it down your throat. Well, I got neighbors, I got a person I know who's convinced this fucking coronavirus should last a year, and that this virus is so virulent and so aggressive that it's going to eliminate the fucking entire population when there's no evidence to suggest this yet. But yet he's this super paranoid person begging for masters to tell him what to do so that he can be the ultimate slave. I was so close to telling him that, but while he's prophesizing about how the Small Business Association is giving out disaster relief loans to small businesses so that they can be in debt to the fucking government. Yeah, so it's all fucked up, man. And we're essentially no longer land of the free and home of the brave. This is land of the fee and home of the slave. And a large portion of people are doing this. The police are even blocking off access. I understand they're all blocking off access to the beach so surfers can't go surfing, but they've actually blocked off access at the cliffs where people... So that you can't even get in the ocean unless you got a boat, or unless you want to defy some fucking slave who made some fucking costume-wearing thug who has a badge and a gun, who swore an oath to the Constitution, yet totally ignores that on behalf of his fucking paycheck. He wants to stop surfers from going in the water. The fucking virus can't handle salt water, and we're not allowed to fucking we're going to have to wait for some fucking vaccine that's going to fucking kill us. Here's one for you. Look up Dr. Cowan. Cowan, MD. He's got new videos out that'll probably get taken down. But he delineates, I brought up the idea of the solar minimum increasing flu strains throughout history and how we're in a solar minimum right now. But this guy, he draws other lines that I find very compelling. The virus, because the way it's so elusive, has nothing to do with the fact that it's a virus. It's something that attacks your immune system through electrodes. Electronics, electric waves, waves in the atmosphere, the implementation of the paranoid that everybody's been talking about, the 5G. Well, where was the first place they deployed it in mass? And when did they do it? I don't know. Research suggests that's Wuhan. And they're about to turn on 5G everywhere. And if we look throughout history, whenever radio waves were invented, radar, all different kinds of high-end electronic technology when it was invented has definitely had an impact on people's well-being. Because we're all electrons. And if you don't believe that, well, get the fuck off my channel. You don't understand how nerves work. You don't understand how your brain works. We're all electrons, and when you fuck with those waves, you fuck with the people. And I don't know, if you ask me, I'm a perfect case insofar as, when you have no electrons running through the air and you think about what it must have been like 100, 200 years ago when there was no radio waves or anything floating through the air, I think it was a lot easier for people to be happy because they didn't have so many things fucking with their synapses and their brain and shit. And now it's a real struggle to stay happy, isn't it? especially if you watch my channel. So I feel like maybe there's all different kinds of reasons for why this is happening, but ultimately it's a very small group of people looking to control a large group of people. And that large group of people are begging. They're sheep. They're begging for this fucking to come their way. So the trend is your friend, you know? Go to howtobuysilvernow.com. The prices I'm asking for aren't that outrageous as they were a week ago. And the supply is not even there. If you look, I'm calling my refiner the only Patriot Act compliant precious metals refiner in the Southern California area, south of LA. He's closed. His message says he's sick. Yeah, Bitcoin might go up, but I'm convinced that we're headed for a dead cat bounce, and that seems to be what's happened today, especially if we go a lot higher. If we get upwards of like 22, 23, 24, yeah, dude, this is going to be the hardest dead cat bounce and best thing in the world for shorters who've been shorting the market for, you know, over a decade. Those guys, they're going to fucking cash in. This is a dead cat bounce we're watching here, folks. They're giving you the last fucking breath of hope because they want your last bit of money. They think it's going up, and everybody's, oh, the neighbor lady, this old lady, and she, Barbara, oh, she says it's a great time to buy. The girlfriend says, oh, she's so smart. I can't talk to these people. I mean, I ask questions and I make them think. Sometimes it really makes them hate me. Hey, Mike, how's your Haley Sales character dealing with your Oracle problem? How sophisticated is it when it doesn't even work? You can't call anything sophisticated when it doesn't work, man. I got a working contract. We're working on the interface. We're going to do a test net. It's going to be slow coming, but I'm actually building something, and the majority of this channel is just going to go away. Again, I am super grateful to all the fucking thieves in this place that have taught me so much. All the fucking slaves, all the free shit army that have taught me so much. I really, really do appreciate what you've taught me and led me to believe is a good means by which for me to actually move forward and create something. Funge it. It's coming, and I have a good feeling about it, and I do hope that you guys truly hate on it as much as you hate me. I really would appreciate that. Otherwise, participate in it, because I don't think it's going to hurt anywhere near as much. You know, participating in my contract will not hurt anywhere near as much as like what happened to the die and maker when the price plunged recently. I'll never hurt you that much. And that Funge will never hurt you that much. Dumb motherfuckers.